Amazing Transformation. Meatless Monday meets Amazing Transformation. I am so excited to be here with you all. Thank you for joining. I do apologize that we're running a little bit late here. I was thinking we'd be on by 7:20. I posted on the Veganowledge group, but we ran into some avocado issues. How it is for,
They
vegans.
didn't have any
They didn't have any avocados, so we
that were
had to try
soft.
two other places, and they didn't either. So we are stuck with hard avocados. Maybe there's one. We put them in a paper bag with bananas, trying to like soften up these avocados. But really, the reason we're here is that I have with me a very special guest who is always here, or most of the time when she can make it. My beautiful, beautiful co-host Dawn James. She is actually our guest because she did 7 full days of nothing but grapes only. It started, what did we start? You started with red grapes and then you went to a variety. And I mean, it was so funny to watch her one day because she looked like she was so excited. She had gotten green grapes and black grapes, and it was like she had this little gourmet meal made. So I want to welcome Dawn. Thank you for joining me with your amazing grape cleanse story.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it was you and I have been talking about doing a grape cleanse for a while. And it was originally my intention to go 30 days with it. But after about 7 days, I felt like my body was telling me, listen, I need something else. I need something savory. Maybe let's go to an avocado, or something like tomato or something like that. So that's what I did. I ended up going to avocado, but 7 days straight on grapes. And, the motivation to do it was the fact that I looked up and I was 20 pounds heavier than I'm used to being. And that comes from sitting and shout out to American Dream Trading. That comes from kind of sitting in one place at this computer most of the day and, uh, like eating lunch and things like that and not really moving as much. So I was like, I want to drop some weight and I'm working on some vision issues that I've got. So that was my motivation. That and you with your raw journey has inspired me to go raw. We watch a lot of videos from a lot of people who do this type of stuff. So I'm like, we can do this. And you came on it with me. So that helped inspire me to do it. So yeah.
And speaking of American Dream Trading, shout out to, I love that group. Welcome, Farah. She is a member
Farah,
of American Dream Trading who's come over here to support you. And
thank you, baby. Love you.
always comes on to support me. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Farah. And so let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so we know that, you started this to try to like shed some pounds maybe, and just to get in a healthy zone. And so the other thing I was thinking was, can you just take us to well, let's go back. You're vegan, of course, just in case people don't watch the show all the time. You're already vegan,
Yep.
but not raw vegan. You've been raw for periods of time. However, this is your only time really that you've gone. Have you gone 7 days with completely raw before this? Even
Yeah. I think the most I've done is about a week, maybe 2 weeks
okay.
of all raw. I think I've gone 2 weeks of all raw because the last time I did all raw, it was right around my birthday,
Right.
and
Okay. Because we were doing it. Yeah. Because I remember we had to go to the pizza shop with the family, and it was really
we ate salads, remember? And I had
yeah.
done put in 2 weeks at that point.
Right, that is true. Okay, so you're already vegan, and I think both of us. I was talking about this on my live last night because I've been on just all completely fruit for 7 days. Well, this is like the eighth day, and the reason that I wanted to do this, and I know it was part of both of our motivation because we kind of got each other on like we were encouraging like processed food because we'd be like, all right, one more night of the chicken patties. It started with
Right.
a little before Thanksgiving, we were like leading up to that. Well, we don't want to order groceries. We want to just do Chinese, and we would order obviously all vegan, but we would order like some General Tso's tofu and some rice and things. And then after Thanksgiving, of course, we had I was gonna go back to my regular whole food plant based, and then we started doing like Dawn got into the Impossible Whoppers, right? So
Yes, ate too many of them. And this week, I'm proud to say that I actually dropped the 20 pounds just going raw for 1 week.
yes, well, and I think the mono diets allow for a good reset. I think that that's
They
what
do.
happened, like, because we were craving things that, at least for me, I was craving stuff that, I had never been craving for a long time. Like, I wanted lots of bread and chicken patties and things, and like this just wasn't my normal way of eating. So I knew all that salt and sugar had gotten in, like vegan cookies from like Thanksgiving, and it had gotten to a point where now I didn't even know what my body wanted. So take
Right.
us through that first day. Like, what was it like? Was it difficult for you the first day?
No, the first day I was stoked. I was hyped up that I was doing it. I had come to a point where it was like years ago when I had smoked for a few years and then decided that, yeah, I didn't want to continue down that road. It was the same thing like sitting in that cloud of smoke. I was sitting there feeling bloated as all get out, feeling like some kind of beached whale. And I'm like, you know what? I got to make a change. You know what I mean? I got to make a change, and now. You know what I mean? So it was like, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and do the grape thing. We have been looking at videos, you and I, for a while, the grape cure, and we saw that there are people that actually cured stage 4 cancer with a 30-day grape, 30 to 40-day grape fast. And I thought, this might be an aggressive step that I can use to not only lose weight, but to also help to cure whatever's going on with my eyes. So um the first day I was all about that. I'm like, yeah, second day I was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the fourth day was a bit challenging. At that point, my body's like, okay, I need something savory.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do? Let's switch this up. I like the grapes; they're good. I feel good, but I need a taste of something different now. And I just made it through. I just
Is
grabbed
that
some
when
more.
you got the other kinds of grapes?
Yeah, I think that's what I mixed it up. And
Okay.
just started. I got some black and some green because we were just eating primarily red. So I
Mm-hmm.
got some black and some green, and that got me through. I just had it was a mental struggle to just I at least wanted to put in a week,
Yeah.
So I'm like, that helped me to get through that night. And
Yeah.
I did. I put the weekend, I made it through that. And then once I made it through that, the fifth day, I was like, okay, I made it through those 4 days. I'm coasting now. 5 days, I'm coasting. I'm good. And
Right.
then 6 and 7 came, and yeah.
That was amazing to watch. And of course, I made it through 2 full days of grapes only. And then my body was like craving this banana that we had sitting there. And I was like, and part of it was my mind too. Like, I don't want to waste that banana. It's going to go bad. And
Right.
but I really like I felt really good in a sense, but then I would have these periods of something just was feeling like I almost felt like I wasn't at my same energy level. and
Yeah.
and likely it was detoxing because I had something going on here on my gum that's been off and on that I was trying to heal too. And within about 3 days, just from lots of grapes and a little bit of other fruit, that has completely pretty much gone away. So what was the noticeable changes that you felt? Like, one thing I know that you mentioned, did you feel like a change in your energy level?
Yeah, my look, Ralph from American Dream Trading was teasing me because he said, I'm off the chain with the grape energy. So yeah, I know whenever I do a fast, water only fast for an extended period of time, and the longest I've ever done is 20 days. But whenever I do that, after about 4 or 5 days, after I've adjusted, the energy level is just like overflowing. You would think that your energy would be low, you would be weak. And sometimes you do go through periods of weakness, but for the most part, your body is feeding on body fat at that point.
Hmm.
And it's using it for fuel. So your energy level is very high octane at that point.
Even for you to
So
be awake right now, you still have high energy because I'm looking here. You've been up what since like 4, right? You get up really early.
yeah, like 3:30. I've been up since 3:30. Yeah.
So thank you for being here so late with us. But you also do a show over called the Aftermarket. She does a show until 6:30. So we wanted to make it later and then the whole avocado thing. But anyway, um I'm really thankful that you're here. So the energy, and then I know with me, I felt like I was like way more creative. Like I was doing projects. Did you did I
Yes.
start you yawning? Sorry.
It's
I
starting
had
to
to stop.
set in, okay? Um,
We won't keep you. We won't be on here long. We just want to
nah,
go
it's
through.
good. It's good. But yeah, no, it's the what were you saying?
Did you feel more creative too? Like in
Oh,
your
yeah,
work?
well, yeah, the creative juices are flowing. Well, here's the thing. I've been experiencing creator's block, which is probably why I haven't created any new videos in like a couple of months. And I think it really had a lot to do with the eating that I was doing. So I'm starting to feel some of that lift and dissipate and come back. So, yeah, when I go on raw or fast, it definitely opens up the creative juices. So yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm starting to do like little things with the show. Like I'm talking more about trading psychology and just kind of instead of just kind of winging it, I'm starting to structure the show more and put more energy into how things are happening with the aftermarket. You know what I mean? Trying to structure it a little bit better and trying to stay focused on trading psychology. So, creative things are coming to me in that way.
And what about like your like other physical changes too, like your skin and everything? Did you feel like you were having like those type of
Yeah, my
changes?
skin has softened up. It seems like it's getting softer. So yeah, I'm noticing that. I'm noticing my skin clearing up. When I drink a lot of water, my skin tends to do that. So um, yeah, I definitely noticed some softness happening as a result of the grapes. And I know we saw that on some videos, but I've noticed it for myself.
Yeah, I did too, and it was weird. It didn't take long. Like it was only like the second day I had like I don't know. I was
Yeah.
telling you, I can always tell, especially for me because I do a lot of raw. When I do a lot of cooked food and soy products and things or whatever they make those vegan products out of, especially processed, not even just cooked. But my skin gets almost like it feels bumpy. I don't know if it's bumpy or what it is. It just feels like different. But it was like I touched my face and I'm like, oh my goodness, my face is so smooth again, you
Mhm.
know? So it definitely, I think there's a lot of things. Hey, Danny, welcome in. Thank you for joining us.
Is that Danny Hobbs?
Yes, another.
Danny Hobbs, welcome. Thank you for coming and supporting.
And like, did you? I remember you saying to me, like, to me, it just seemed like, just from knowing you, that you had more of a sense of calm about you from the raw or the grapes for like, especially like, I just noticed that some things, like, especially what you do is stressful during the day, and you just seem like you
It
weren't
has,
to get as upset
actually.
about the ups and downs of things, and like, you
It
just
has
had a
really
real
helped me.
positive attitude.
It has really helped me. It's helped me to stay in trades longer and not freak out. You know what I mean? I have noticed that. I don't think I even said that on the aftermarket, but I think that because I don't want to get off on food tangents, you know what I mean? But um, I really do think that's helped me in my trading just this past week to just really focus better and kind of give me a peace and a patience level that has helped me stay in trades longer. So yeah, it has contributed.
because you would think like sometimes when I think about eating a different way, like you think about all the health things. Like of course, if you're trying to heal something, we know that people have, healed cancer, they've healed their, diabetes and things with the way that they eat. But like when it comes to like a lot of the things I was hearing on these grape things, the reason I wanted to give it a try was the emotional, part, and the spiritual and like gratitude. I felt,
Yeah.
that, you could just see that you had a like a sense of calm. And of course, tell us again how you went with the weight loss. You lost quite a bit of weight too, right?
Yeah, well, when you lose a lot of weight like that initially, a lot of it's water weight. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I probably the first 10 pounds was like water weight because, you know, I realized after about 4 days I had lost 11 pounds. So that was like water weight, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
I lost over the course of the next day or two, I think I lost another like 4 pounds. So, and then, the rest of it. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's 20. You know what I
That's what
mean?
I think.
So,
It just jumpstarts you on your health goals, like, too, if you're trying to lose weight, obviously you want to lose it in a steady manner, but a lot of mono diets definitely go get started like that, where you do initially lose a lot. And that's and then I've heard like people that have done these for like 30 and 40 days, I've heard that their body actually stabilizes and they actually start to maintain or even gain a little bit, and how many, just tell us, like when we're talking about eating grapes, like how many grapes were you eating? Like a pound or?
I thought maybe I had my bowl, but it's like a little Tupperware bowl, about yay big. It's round. You know what I mean?
I think one of those containers has about, what? I think they're a pound, right?
Yeah, if you ever get like a Chinese container, like the soup, the little pint soup that yeah, I fill one of those up with like the three different types of grapes. And I sprinkle lemon juice on them. I like lemon juice sprinkled on my grapes. It gives them a nice tartness to go with the sweetness. It's really good. And it's good for you.
That sounds good. I remember you telling me that, and one day I looked at you and I was like, "Oh, you're like a gourmet chef." She's in there with the little grapes, putting the sprinkling the lemon juice over it. And so that, how many of those a day were you eating?
Probably like 2 pounds.
Okay, like
Not 2 pounds, maybe not, maybe like a pound a day.
I found like the first couple of days, I don't even think I was eating enough grapes. I think that might have been what I was doing wrong. Maybe why I didn't have, like, I
Yeah.
couldn't sustain it. Um,
I was eating like a half a pound in the afternoon and then another half a pound before bed
okay,
in the
got it.
evening.
That makes a lot of sense. So that sounds like, and like you said, so initially though you were actually excited about eating the grapes, and then your body got to a point where you just needed something else.
Yeah. It was like, I could, if I wanted to tough it out, I could go longer, but I didn't want to, super shock my body if it was craving something else. So I'm like, okay, in an effort for me to remain high raw, which is my goal, I am probably going to eat some cooked food. But I want to remain high raw. I want the majority of my diet to be fruit,
Hmm.
then a little bit of veggies here and there. Right now, I'm mostly on fruit,
Hmm.
though. I'm still eating the grapes. I'm going to continue to eat the grapes, um, just like I've been doing. But I've now incorporated some banana, some avocado, like I mentioned, um, and maybe a few blueberries here and there. I like blueberries and rice. I'm a rice eater. I love rice. So when I do eat cooked food, I'm probably just going to have some rice. I remember watching this video with this gentleman who was about, what was he, like, Jen, in his 60s, and he looked like he was like 30.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
and he was saying that he ate mostly raw throughout the day, but for dinner they would eat rice and beans.
Yeah,
So, yeah, remember that?
I think I
So,
remember that. Yeah, and
I
beets
think I'm
are
gonna.
very healthy for you too. As far as nutrients and things. And that sounds, a lot of people love the benefits, and plus you're getting a lot of nutrients in the raw food. So that sounds like
Yeah,
a really good, a good plan, health wise. And so I guess what I wanted to say was, okay, so I just want to make sure we get through all of and I think we were just talking about, I was talking about this last night, is, if you're looking at technically how we are when we're craving things, our body, once we clear out of all the processed and all the stuff that's really not what we're craving. Like once
yeah,
you did a couple of days, I think some people do like 72 hours of grapes, like a reset, and it kind of then lets you know, okay, this is now I'm craving. Like you see that you craved an avocado, you didn't
yeah.
crave like a
A
processed
burger.
burger, right? So it's
Right.
funny how your body, like and I think most of the time I found that people, what I was learning is when we eat a lot and we're eating a lot of like bad stuff, you ever notice how you barely ever get full? Like you could eat and eat and eat and
That
eat.
makes sense.
What I think happens is, or what I've been told by the nutritionist that I have on all the time, he said that it's because our body is craving a certain number of nutrients. Like we might be craving vitamin C and our E, or whatever it is that are in the foods we're supposed, like our body is supposed to have. So we keep eating to try to get that, but we think we're craving, like cookies and stuff, but
Right.
none of that has the nutrients. So we keep eating, and then our, other addictions, because we're obviously craving sugar and stuff too that they're putting in the food, that's like, okay, now we're all confused, we're all getting heavier and heavier, we're eating all this stuff, and we're still
Right.
not getting the right nutrients because we're eating like empty food. So it's just, I think that's why the mono diets, I don't, even in the wild, an animal's going to eat a little bit of variety. He's not going to eat only one thing all the time, unless, like, what were we talking about? Certain animals do, but it's like, so I think listening to your body and not restricting it, to your point, is true, because that makes you healthy.
Yes.
Um, so, what else would you say? Would you say that you are happy you did this? Did
I
it
am
work out for
extremely happy I did it. I'm proud of myself. I'm glad I stuck to it for as long as I did, and I'm very happy with the results. That because I feel so much better. I feel so much better with that weight off, that extra weight off that I had picked up. Now I can go ahead, continue the process. Maybe eat a little bit of cooked food here and there, like I said with the rice, but maintain a high raw, mostly fruit diet. And
you?
now I've kind of curbed my appetite for those impossible burgers, and I've kind of gotten that off my palate. I'm free to go ahead and continue with this, 80 to 90% raw diet. And, of that raw diet, at least 75% fruit. So 70 to 80% fruit. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I like
David,
the results.
that is amazing. I'm really proud of you too, because I saw you struggling with that. Like for a while, you were trying to just, I'm just going to eat better. I'm going to eat better. And then your mind would take you to another place and you'd want to order the burger. Um,
Yes, I
so
hated that,
it's
man. I
almost
was
like
like,
you needed that. And was it like, did you find that that was difficult at first? Like I know I did at night when I'm usually eating other stuff. It was like I had to. And then by like day 3 or 4, like you said, when you eat differently, you're just automatically going to get that, and you're just
yeah,
used to
and
it.
it was fun. It was like eating popcorn,
Hmm.
watching TV at night. When you and I are done for the day, we watch our shows, and I have and it's basically like eating popcorn,
Yeah.
and you're not giving your body a whole lot of work to do digesting grapes.
Hmm.
So I stayed up for another hour or so, and then I was going to bed. So it wasn't like I was going right to sleep on them. And even if I was, it's grapes. The body can process that and keep it moving. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was eating a heavy meal before I went to sleep. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and
yeah.
that works your digestion a lot. And I felt like I always feel like really clean. Like my digestion is so easy. Um, when I'm eating either raw, but the grapes for sure. Because fruit, I think I heard goes through your system in like an hour and a half
Yeah.
to like to go through, where like meat sometimes can take days, and sometimes
Right.
it could get caught up in there for longer, and which is why there's there's also issues with like what do they say, like bad bacteria sometimes, so that
Yeah.
can cause us some issues. Danny said, do you all take vitamins also while on the fast? Yeah, like I always take my vitamins B and D, B12 and D,
I
and
was mentioning that earlier to Ted. Yeah, I take a B12 and a vitamin D, and then we drink organic moringa powder, which has vitamin A, K, D, C. I mean, really, it's got
calcium. It's got
calcium, it's got,
iron.
yeah, potassium, it's got magnesium in it, iron, you name it, it's got it. You know what I mean? So look up organic moringa powder. I tell you, look it up on YouTube. You'll see the wonders and the benefits of it. So not only do I take a B12 and a D, but I also drink 2 teaspoons of that every day.
Thank you. And on the moringa too, if you guys are interested, there's a video. It's probably like the second video I ever did on here under, if you just look at my regular videos, I'll try to post it in the description of this too. There's a video with a doctor talking about that moringa is an adaptogen type plant, and what that is if you have high blood pressure, it'll lower it to the right level. If you have low blood pressure, it'll actually raise your blood pressure. It's supposed to do, and it's like it has lots of antioxidants. Dawn, I think it's been many years. Either we've never been sick or only been sick like once during the whole time we've been taking it too. So it definitely has some.
It is an immune system booster. It definitely enhances your immune system and keeps it working on point. You know what I mean? It's kind of like putting oil in your car. It keeps your immune system running as it should. And I have, yeah, knock on wood, I have not been sick in since 2017, I think, is when I've been yeah, so we are on 6 years now. Not a sniffle, not a cold, none of that.
Because I remember you started taking it, and I was a little bit leery of it. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I was eating really bad then too, so I guess as I started
Yeah.
to get healthier. So thank you for bringing that up. I always
You're
think, well,
welcome.
I found it online, and you always say, no, you found it, and I was like, okay, well, whatever. At least you started taking it first. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think great what people don't realize is grapes actually have they have a little bit of protein in them. They've got a lot of nutrients, which is why I think they're very detoxifying. Like people have healed and cured a bunch of different things on with the grapes, but you have to also be healthy with it, I think, too, and you don't want to like harm yourself in the process of trying to get healthy. So it's important, especially if you're on medications and things, you don't definitely want to just go into it without telling your doctor, so that you can have your medications monitored regularly. Because if you're trying to, let's say, lower your blood sugar, and you go on a different diet that's going to do that, and then you're taking medication that lowers it, I always disclose that this is just our own personal experiences, what makes us feel good, but you have to also make sure you're being safe with it. um, Farah, thank you so much. I'm going to read your comment. I really admire both of you for being able to change your eating habits. I strive to do the same. Dawn, you inspired me to go out and purchase grapes today. I need to drop about 20 pounds as well. Oh, that's great. Yeah, definitely. They are so good, and they're filling, and just the more fruits and vegetables you can add in. Like I was just telling you, Dawn, a lot of people do it until 5 o'clock. They try to or 4 or whatever time like you want to do it till, just try to eat fruits and vegetables up until that time, and then
Yeah.
and to try to move more into eating healthy. And then when you eat, just try to make sure it's whole foods and not like processed foods, hot, like rice.
Yeah.
If you can see the ingredients and name them in it, then it's a good food, right? I
It
think.
is. It is. And Farah, I'm proud of you, honey. Give it a shot. I'm telling you, if you can get through the first couple of days, you could probably do a few days doing that. But yeah, I think you will see a lot of great benefits if you give this a shot for a few days. And just take it one day at a time. That's one thing Jen always reminds me of when I start setting these lofty goals for myself. I'm going to do 50 days. She's like, yeah, don't forget. Just let's take it one day at a time. We always say to each other, how do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, we're not eating elephants, but you know what I mean? One bite at a time and one day at a time helps. So get through one day of eating grapes and see how you feel.
Get through one
And
meal. That's the
yeah,
important thing. Sometimes it's about each choice. And like when I was just saying to her, like, I couldn't have imagined 2 weeks ago that I would even like not want what I was already wanting. And it's amazing if you can get past those few 48 hours, how you'll, you actually really do change your tastes and things, you know?
you do.
Yeah, and
You
drink more water. Dawn's a big advocate of that. She said she's going to try to drink more water.
I keep a ton of them. If you see, I will down one of these in like 2 minutes. But that's what I do. I put 2 teaspoons, I'll drink some down and put 2 teaspoons of organic moringa powder in the morning. And I can drink two of these back to back. So I'll shake that up really good and I'll drink that down. And then I'll drink one of these right behind it. And then that fills me up for like a good hour. I'm like, my stomach's full because water is also good to keep you full too. It
Hmm.
keeps you from eating a lot. Water will keep you. And you know what? It's so funny because I credit the Chinese people with being some of the healthiest people on the planet. And there was a Chinese restaurant that Jen, when we were out, when we would go out and about, that we would eat at from time to time. And they, I remember we became pretty good friends with them, and then we would talk to them when we were um, just, we've been on different diets throughout the years, and yeah, we're kind of. And they said, "Oh, just drink water. Just drink water." Oh, that's what it was. I told them I was fasting because I did a 20-day fast, like 2000. What was that? 2019. So that was 4 years ago. And I remember going in there saying, yeah, I'm fasting right now. They said, just make sure you drink a lot of water. Water keeps you full. That's how we stay skinny. That's how we stay small. We drink a lot of water. That keeps you full. That way you don't have to eat. And I always took that to heart and always remembered that. And not only that, the body loves drinking water. So it's important to stay hydrated when you're doing the fruit. If you're fasting, it's important to stay hydrated. Now, me being a true vegan, yes, I have an issue with the plastic, but it's right now, I don't have the filter on my faucet to go ahead and just do it straight from the faucet yet. I do have one, I just didn't install it yet. But yeah, but hey, gotta do it some kind of way. And I don't
We got
drink
to
tap.
do the best we can, right?
That's it. I don't drink tap, so but I try to drink 8 of these a day, Fair. That's a gallon of water a day. You guys go look up the health benefits of drinking a gallon of water a day. It will astound you. It actually even helps build muscle. You know what I mean? It flushes through toxins in your system, keeps your skin clear. I mean, I've been drinking a gallon of water a day for probably a good 3 years now. And some days I fall off. I fall short by like maybe a bottle or two, but for the most part, I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, and that's like 8 of these. It'll run you over actually. So, I think you'll end up drinking. If you drink 8 of these a day, you'll end up with something like a gallon and maybe a quart over, because these are like 16.9 ounces. So it'll put you over a little bit. But yeah,
And you won't even realize that you were ever dehydrated because I was like you, Fair. I drink very little water, and it really does make a difference in like your energy level and your
it
skin
does.
feels better. Like even if you combine that with eating well, she said that's one of her hurdles. Drink very little. Like the first thing you can do when you first get up, like before you do anything, is try to drink some water, and you'll start to develop a taste for it. Like you only have to drink when you're thirsty, though. Like you don't have to force yourself to over drink. But I don't think if you start off by not even drinking enough water, you might not even realize how dehydrated, especially if you eat a lot of salt and stuff. It's really important.
First thing I do. That's the first thing I do every morning is drink one of these. I
Mhm.
don't do anything else before I drink a water. Like right before I get into the pre-market, I down one of these. Right before I go
What's
into the
a
pre-market.
gallon though, Dawn? Like how many of those bottles? Those are 16
Eight,
ounces.
8
So you drink 8 of those. Yeah, I probably
throughout
drink
the
close
course of
to
the
that
day.
too.
Yep. I
Yeah.
stretch it out and I pre-portion it. I sit there because you and I buy the 40 packs of water. So I'll sit there and I'll drink one and I'll have 6 in my little cubby here on my desk. So I drink one. I drink the backup for the moringa. That's 2. And I usually do that about an hour after I drink my first water. And then I've got 6 waiting here in my cubby. If you saw me, I reached in here and got it. I have 6 waiting for me in a row in my desk cubby right here for me to drink throughout the course of the day. So that makes 8 plus the moringa water.
She puts them in there so she can hide them when we're low on water because I'll sneak in and steal them
Stash, I'm stashing.
she puts them in that cubby. I know where the secret stash is now, Dawn. Watch out. I'm going to be sneaking in there when you're outside. Farah, I'm just warning you, the moringa is not the best tasting thing if
It's like liquid grass.
yeah, you have to drink. I drink it down like I just drink it as fast as I can. Sometimes I'll even read something online to get my mind off of what I'm drinking because I'm not a fast drinker. Like Dawn can just down hers, but
You see
I
me,
like to
I
gulp
guzzle
it.
it down. It's gone. I barely taste it. And I chase the water literally right behind it. So as soon as you start, and it doesn't have an aftertaste. So you
Yeah,
don't have to worry about that. If you drink water right behind it, which you should chase it if you're going to drink it,
yeah, because it can
it
upset you.
doesn't have an aftertaste.
I would and you can also like a lot of people put it in like a smoothie or they put it in
Salads,
orange juice.
soups.
You can put it in food like if you want to do it that way. We just like getting it over with in the morning to get all our nutrients in.
Some people sprinkle it on salads and put it in soups.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I've never done it that way. I normally just drink it straight down because I want it to go right into my system like unencumbered, you know?
There's
So,
a thing Don Bennett recommended called Daily Green Boost that kind of has a lot of nutrients in it. I'm interested to look more into that, but we've been doing moringa for so long that it's really been helping. Like since I've been vegan, I'm not low or feeling deficient in anything. So it really helps out to have all of those nutrients first thing in the morning too. I
if you
find it.
check my TikTok out, if you guys ever follow me on TikTok, if you check my TikTok out, I have a video down in my videos where I literally made a bottle of moringa that one morning. So I have, I have some it's got some nutrient, it's got one video on there that's near it showing the nutrients and all of that. And then it shows me making my moringa for the morning and drinking it down. So if you guys run through my TikTok, you'll see me making it and drinking it. And then I think I put another one either right before it or right behind it showing all the things, all the benefits of moringa.
Send me your link or I'll find it if I can on TikTok and I'll post it in the description too. And anything else you
Okay.
want me to post in the description for you, I'll put it in after the show. And
Yeah.
oh, you have the capsules. Even better. Yeah, go ahead and just take the cap. I was taking those for a little while and then I just decided I didn't want to take the capsule portion of it anymore. I just wanted to go back to the
Who's got
powder.
the capsules?
Farah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, but
So
they
you're
have it.
already aware.
Yeah, I was ordering them on Amazon before too. Like as long as they're, I always order the organic ones because I read that somewhere that you want to make sure it's from a good source. Um, so she said, wow, that's a lot of water. That's great. Good for you. Yeah, you can work your way up to that. We all can't be galloning out right at first, right?
I mean, you'd be surprised. You down one of those bottles of water, a half an hour later, you don't even remember, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it fills you up initially, it's gone in a half an hour. And yeah, you do pee a lot. But again, you're flushing toxins and things out of your body.
you have
That's part of
to.
the territory. It goes with it. But at least you're clean, you know?
She
And
said she
after a while, the peeing tapers off.
Well, peeing is a good thing. It means you're cleansing, right? Like I
Yeah.
always pee a lot when I'm, especially when I first become raw, and then it kind of steadies out a little bit. But it's like detox your body. Like the main point of our digestive system is to extract nutrients and then eliminate, whether it's peeing in them out or if it's going the other way. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. Pooping.
This may
Um,
seem weird, but I don't drink anything else. I used to drink soda. I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice. The only thing I drink is water.
Me
And
too.
you would think, wow, that's a boring. Like, no, it's really not. When you get used to it and you don't crave anything else. Like Coach goes through all those Diet Cokes. It couldn't be because there's so much crap in that. I'm like, oh my God, Coach. Oh. But to each his own. So it's like, to each his own. There's
The,
no way. There's a lot of people that probably be like, you're crazy. And if we go out and trust me, if we're going out to like China, eat Chinese or something like that, I'll get like a lemonade, but or if I have, um, every now and then say we'll make vegan spaghetti and I'll put onions or something in it, or I'll make it spicy and I get a little bit of heartburn, which is rare, but I'll drink maybe a couple of sips of ginger ale. You know what I mean? I still got like a half a ginger ale sitting in the room from when I made spaghetti a couple months ago. And I had a little bit of heartburn. You know what I mean? Water is the only thing I drink. It's just, I've conditioned myself that way. So
hey,
I didn't think about it.
welcome, Michelle. Thank you for joining. Um,
Hey, Michelle.
oh, and I'm going to read her comment, but I just wanted to mention that Farah was saying she's got the face cleaner and moisturizer made from moringa. You might have to share that with Dawn so she can send it to me.
Wow.
I love, I use a face cleaner too. I try to use a vegan one, but moringa would be even better. I love it. It really makes your hair grow too. I've heard, like
God,
if you
my
use,
hair.
yeah, like your hair and nails. And Farah said she has a friend who sells it, so he made sure I had a lot of it. Oh, that's great. You got the hookup there, definitely. We'll have to buy from him.
I'm so interested in getting some type of affiliate link. If he knows how to do that, let me know about that, because we're advocates of it and we've been taking it for years. So who better to, I'm not trying to compete with him. So, I'm thinking about doing something else with it. But yeah, like hook me up. Let me talk to him. Because maybe he can get a kickback from me selling it as well. So I don't know. But let me know, Farah.
Michelle said I went from itty bitty peas to really long ones, lol, and could hold off going much longer. Right. That is pretty
Yeah.
wild. It's like a power pea, right? When
Yeah.
and it's like the other thing that we do as humans, which I used to tell Dawn I don't go to the bathroom when we first met, but she obviously after a while I had to come clean, right? When you're in the beginning of a relationship. But I was like, it's like you don't even realize you're constipated until you start eating right and you really are going the normal way, the amount of time,
Keeps you
like
regular.
clockwork, right? Hey, Muriel, welcome. Thank you for joining. Muriel
Hey,
said
Mariel.
hello, Dawn and Jen. And we've got, they're both great members of our Veganowledge group. Muriel is doing melons only today, I saw on Facebook. I didn't get a chance to comment yet. Congratulations.
Love it.
And Farah said she will give you his information when she gets in contact with him. Thank you.
Thanks, Farah.
If you guys just joined in, I know you'll catch the replay, but we were just going over Dawn did her grape fast for 7 days, and then her body, like mine did, was telling her she needed something else, so she went didn't go all the way over to an Impossible Burger. She went with an avocado. Congratulations on that, right? You did the reset like I did. Like that would have like a week before instead of 2 days of
Oh,
grapes, I would have been
Impossible
craving.
Whopper. No doubt. I would have gotten a Whopper.
I think the mindset is where it's at, and you're very good with that. So you have such a strong mind. You've done some amazing things, like just with your mind, just the things that you do in the daytime with the issues you have with sight and things. You think about what you can do, and I love that about you. And you're so inspiring, especially with this type of thing. Like, I remember you went, what was it, 20 days on a fast before? I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my gosh, I can
on
sometimes.
just water only and moringa, of course, because I drink that every morning. So yeah.
Today, I used to be able to do a long time in the day without eating, but now that I'm raw, I find that I get hungry much earlier and have to eat a lot more when I'm, especially with a lot of fruit. So I'm like, I couldn't go 20 minutes, much less 20 days today. And then,
You shouldn't though. Your weight, you have like literally no body fat. So
yeah,
it becomes at some point dangerous to fast if your body weight's already low.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I never could.
Yeah.
Even when I was heavy, I couldn't fast. Like, that's okay. My body wants something. I don't know. I probably could have, but I never found it that it would be something I wanted to do. But the raw thing resonated. So,
Yeah.
um, Michelle said I used to poop every 5 to 7 days on a standard American diet and lots of painkillers and a bunch of other meds. Now I'm regularly going and off all the medication, or most of them, right? I shared in
Nice.
her group, in my group. Yep, she just shared a post. Here, I'll try to link that Facebook post. She shared a picture of Michelle and Muriel and Michelle. That's mother and daughter, and they both have had an amazing health journey. So I'm so
Awesome.
excited to know them. So just a
That
very,
is
I know
amazing.
you are getting tired. What do you want to tell us about the grapes and your ultimate conclusions and anything about mindset? And do you recommend that it worked out for you?
Yeah, you know what? Just like I told Farah, one day at a time. One day at a time. That's how you're gonna be able to conquer any type of thing that you're doing in life, period. So take it one day at a time, and in that day, be in the moment. You know what I mean? I got into making notes about my trades and watching videos about trading and things like that, and just keeping my mind off of food, especially vegan junk food like Impossible Whoppers, like potato chips, it's a couple of my favorite things. So it's like I started thinking about the rewarding feeling that I'm gonna have 6 months from now. And if I want to eat an Impossible Whopper burger, then hey, at least all the weight will be gone, and I won't be on such a guilt trip if I do have a burger here and there. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So I just look forward to the rewards of it. That's all.
I found too, I don't know, we were talking about this, that it was easier because we didn't have to worry about spending so much time wondering what to eat, and like,
Yes.
we
Oh
eat a
my God.
simple
The
diet.
grocery bill was less. It's like, okay, 4 containers of grapes. That was and water and our usual 40 pack of water and some cat food. Keep the cats up. You know what I mean? And that was, 60, 60, 70 bucks still just for that. But you know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. It was a lot easier to do grocery shopping. It is a lot easier to do because now we're ordering grapes, bananas, blueberries, and that's pretty much it. And avocado and water.
Mhm. Right.
That's all we have in our fridge right now, and on our like table in the kitchen and stuff that we're not putting in the fridge. It's hilarious. If you looked in our fridge, you'd see 4 huge containers of different colors of grapes, package of blueberries. Um, that's about it. And on our table, you would see some lemons and some, a few oranges, some bananas, some avocado, stuff that doesn't we don't put in the fridge. And that is it. We just eat off of that stuff.
Some people would walk in here and be like, "What in the world? Does anybody even live here? Like, is this some kind of like Fruitville or something?"
Fruit Haven.
It's funny what you get used to, and you don't even realize it until like someone from the outside would come in and be like, "What? How do you eat this way?" But if you only have that in the house, also makes it better to make good choices, and your body really does start to like crave healthier stuff when you only have that. Like, your body gets used to that, but you have to kind of everyone says listen to your body, but I don't think you can truly listen to it until you clean out. And I think it was Muriel, you gave me the email for her that we were talking about, Ann Osborne. I had heard her on someone's show saying that she thinks mono diets are not great for extended long term, but they are good for, they don't necessary to do long term because she believes in variety, but they are good to like reset your mind and help your gut. And if you have, want to get your digestion back in order,
Mm-hmm.
so I found that to be true. I like eating one thing at a time anymore too. I used to think you had to eat a bunch of stuff, but you realize your stomach actually feels better if you eat all of one thing, first, like eat if you're going to do bananas, eat some bananas, and then like an hour or so later eat something else, and I think it can work that way even if you're eating cooked food, not trying to mix a lot of stuff together. I never thought about it that way, but now that I think about it, I remember a long time ago, I don't remember who it was telling me, even as a kid, like they just would eat only one thing at a time. And I'm like, no, I need to have the mashed potatoes and the corn together. Farah said, that's awesome, ladies. And Muriel said, awesome job to both of you. Oh, that's
Thank
great,
you.
Michelle. She's only on two different meds, but that's hopefully getting off those two. That's great. Yeah, it's a journey, like, and I'm glad you're doing it in a healthy way, having them
Yeah.
monitored, and you both look great. I've seen you look really healthy and vibrant, and the weight losses, and weight loss is kind of like a bonus. We're all trying to do that, but the other benefits like the skin and the glowing and the energy and the creativity and like, I can tell, Dawn, you've just been like so high energy and so positive. Well, you're always a positive person, but you've been like on a different vibration.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel really good. I feel really good. And I'm just excited to be on this journey, especially going into the new year, not using it as a New Year's resolution, but already hitting the ground running when January comes in. The only thing I want to do at that point is get back into my regular workouts. And I'll be pretty much where I want to be. It's just a matter of time before my body just does what I needed to do. So, yeah, I'm stoked.
Michelle said, I've heard many YouTubers rave about the grape diet. They all said that it cleared their sinuses and fixed their gut health and many other issues and symptoms. Yeah, like it definitely what was that guy we were watching that really turned us on to
You
that?
know, what is the name of his
I can't think
channel?
of his name. It's something pretty creative what he calls himself, but
I love um the little
fire comes up in the beginning or something.
no, he's got it's like a crest that's made
Yeah.
out of fruit. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, the melon. It's
Society or
it's the Melon
Free
Society.
Melon Society or
Free
something. Is
Melon
that him?
Society.
Because I watched so many of them when we were
Yeah.
getting stoked for this. And like, if I was feeling not motivated to eat grapes at any point in time, I'd pull up one of those videos and be like, I gotta do this. So yeah, like, and the stuffy thing. I used to wake up every day stuffy, and honestly, when we started eating processed food, I was waking up and I was sneezing a couple of times, not like to a point where it was I couldn't function, but I would sneeze every now and then, and I just thought, oh, it's because the cats have been in here with me more, and it wasn't though. Once 2 days of grapes, second day I woke up and I was completely clear.
People don't know how much nature's food is meant to help the body do what it was naturally built to do, and that's heal. The body heals itself, and you need to put in it the things that help it to do that. And we laugh, Mark McC and those guys, I laugh and joke with them, but it's like, meat, you're not meant to eat meat. It's not something that the human body was meant to digest. And there's a lot of carnivores out there, which that's fine, to each his own. Hey, listen, we're all going to eventually pass on anyway, so you might as well be happy. And if eating meat makes you happy, then so be it. But not only it's a couple of things. Not only are you saving a life, which animals' lives are just as valuable as ours, but you're also taking steps to help save the planet by reducing the need for animal agriculture. You know what I mean? So your body's not meant to digest that stuff. So you're helping yourself on three levels. You're helping the planet, you're helping the animal itself, and you're helping your body by not putting meat in there. You know what I mean? So where do you
Well,
think cancer comes from? We have one of the highest rates of heart disease and cancer. That just doesn't come out of thin air. It's because of the meat, it's because of the dairy. So that is what is causing that. It's why is that happening to people? It's such an alarming rate. That's why the standard American diet is not the healthiest diet in the world. And, milk does the body good is a marketing slogan. It's not a medical fact. So take it for what it's worth.
definitely. And I think a lot of people think, and you don't have to be a complete fruitarian or a
Yeah,
raw vegan. If you do consume, if you're someone who says, I can't go from this all the way to that, there's plenty of ways to do this diet in a healthy way. And whole food plant based, you can make, I mean, we just had Sherry Shrallo on here who's making everything in the world. She makes tacos and she does it with all whole foods and it tastes really good. You can make chili, you can make things that you normally make with those product, and like you just get used to doing that. Rice and beans is very filling, to your point earlier. So there's other ways to do it. You don't have to do what I do. I just completely love being raw for long, and like Dawn, and high raw when I can, because it's really, like, for me, it makes me feel the best, and it's about what makes you feel the best. And as long as you're healthy and that's the important thing. Is a lot of people have went whole food plant based and healed a lot of conditions too. So it's definitely, but if you need to heal fast, um in a healthy way, as long as it's monitored by a plant-based nutritionist, you can go raw, and you can really do this well. If you're healthy, then definitely it is, you know something that I think, like, I've benefited from tremendously. I got rid of seasonal allergies, reversed back pain, or stopped my back pain allergies, haven't been sick. I lost 50 pounds and kept it off. It's just, it can be a great benefit to, like you said, the animals, the environment, and to your health. So that's why we come on here, to tell other people's stories, and let you can take control of your health.
absolutely.
Michelle said, I don't think they're allowed to say milk does a body good in Canada. Some, same as eggs, can't say they're good for us. Really? Oh, that's what. Oh, Eli Martree. Yes, that's him. Free Melon Society. Thank you,
Yeah,
Muriel.
yeah,
He
yeah,
knows
yeah.
who he is. Yeah, he's great. I love. Maybe we can get him to come on the show. What do you think? That would be really
Go for
awesome.
it. Go for it. It'd be cool to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested to compare notes, and you know what I mean? And just talk to him about, his journey one on one, well, two on one, obviously, but
I think you're both grape. Get it? Instead of grape.
grape.
That's feeling great. So let's see. Anything else? Anybody? Oh, I've totally mispronounced his name. Probably Muriel. Anybody else have anything that you want to add? To the
They joked me at ADT about always being on the Zoom call and always like I never sleep. This is why. Because what I put in my body doesn't make me tired. It gives me energy.
Mhm.
When you eat what you're naturally supposed to eat, which, trust me, at first, first couple days you'll be stoked, but then it'll be like, okay, I need a steak, or I need to go back. Your body will tell you, or your mind will tell you that that's what you want. If you can discipline your mind and stay on track, you will find that it becomes easier.
Mhm.
It's the same way like it was for fasting for 20 days. After a few days, your body just, you coast. You think of
Mhm.
other things to do with your time besides eating. You're on cruise control. So if you just give yourself time to adjust to the new eating pattern, your body will begin to crave the fruit. It'll begin to crave the right stuff. Just like it craves the bad stuff now, it'll crave the right stuff when you eat it for a longer period of time. So just give yourself grace. And and if you have if you do decide to switch over and you have cravings, like, I'm probably going to have some rice after 7 days of raw, but I don't feel bad about that because it's rice and veggies. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm ordering a pizza or something like that, or having a burger. It's something that's, healthy for the body, and helps to add in to the fruits and vegetables. So, you know what I mean? It's like if you start getting used to eating healthy, your body will begin to crave that stuff and that stuff only, as long as you don't veer off.
You won't be able to imagine it right now because you're still in that same zone of how you're eating. I remember saying when you can get to a point when your reward is saying, you know what, this makes me feel better that I'm eating healthy, then the reward being this makes me feel better to binge out on this, burger and fries.
Cupcakes and burgers and
Yeah,
chips.
you
Listen, the
don't.
pointer
That
sister
starts to
said it
taste
best.
gross.
Free your mind and the rest will follow.
It's about, you got to get your mind, you got to make the commitment, then you got to go get excited and buy a bunch of stuff that you like, buy all your favorite fruits and get excited about them. If you have kids, you can have them pick it out, what they like, and just get the stuff in the house, because if you don't have stuff that's bad in the house, you're not going to be able to make that choice. Now, when you're out, you can work on making the decision. But like you said, you've got to surround yourself with it, And if you have only you that's eating in the house, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But as you set the example, thank you, Ferris. You said keep up the good work. You're setting a very good example. And as you set the example, you'll do that, for other people, and get in, Facebook groups, and talk to other people, and YouTube channels, subscribe and watch those, like binge what the health benefits are of eating healthy, the health benefits of plant-based diet. Look up
Yeah.
those videos, and people will show that they've reversed their health, and it just will keep you inspired to keep doing it. um so that's a very good point, Dawn. It's the mindset.
Yeah, if you keep your mind right, because think about it, it all should work in conjunction with one another. If you feed your mind healthy thoughts, like one of the things that I do is, I've talked about this before. This headset that you see, this is practically on me all day, and I sleep with it. And right now I've got, not right this second, I'm actually listening to you guys, but um, fasting affirmations is what I've put in there to change my mindset and to help me on the great fast. So what I've done is reprogram my subconscious mind. If you listen to it for 30 days, which it doesn't take me that long, because I listened to this for 30 days straight one time, a couple times, and it's already, it's like muscle memory. So it's already embedded. So I go back to it, and it's like my subconscious mind is like, ah, yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, let me start thinking that way. Then the cravings will stop beating you up, because a craving is a mental thing. It's not so much a physical thing. You think your mind's telling you it's a physical thing, but it's really not. It's a mental thing. Because think about it. If you don't have that thought, you respond to your thoughts. If you don't have that thought, then you're not eating that thing. You have to think about something before you actually do it. So if you get to that thought and say, hey, you know what? Let's switch this up and think about how good I'll feel if I eat something else, how good I'll look in 6 months if I continue to eat something else in place of that bad thing. Now, how about that, mind? Let's think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
instead of
switch it up.
impulse getting it. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Absolutely. Don't let the car drive you. You drive the car. And that's what you have to do with your mind. Don't let your mind take you at any which way. That's what I talk about in training. Don't let your mind take you down the fear road or the FOMO road. Say, hey, no, I'm in control. I know the 2-minute EWO strategy. I know how to work it. I know what happens when I do the right thing. So let me do that.
Hmm.
And you'll make money, automatically. Not on every trade, but most of the trades you make, you'll make money. I didn't mean to turn it into that, but so it's the same thing with how
Okay.
you're eating.
I turn your show into a vegan show sometimes just by getting in the comments.
I know, but you know
Say,
what I mean? So it's one day at a time. that one day at a time. What am I going to do this day to switch this over? No, I'm just going to eat grapes today and some bananas and some fruit and just try to get through it. And before you know it, you'll start feeling really good. And that will help you continue the journey. It's like, wait a minute. Wow. If you get out of your head for a minute and just see how your body feels after a few days of it, you may not want to go back. It's like, wait a minute. I don't want this to stop. I feel great.
Right. That's
I don't want
true.
this to stop.
It keeps you motivated. That's how I was when I found that I didn't have back pain after years, I mean like 15 years of suffering with it. I was like, okay, yeah, that's not worth me eating dairy and meat ever again. I got plenty of vegan ice cream when I want to cheat. I got plenty of vegan, chicken patties, and Gardein makes all these good meats. If I did want something that tasted like that, I can still have it. I would never go back to that. And since then, I've never had back pain after not even 3 months. I would say within about 35 days of this, I realized I had no more back pain that literally would wake me up with, I'd have to get on an exercise bike to stretch out or have Dawn like pull my back. It's just amazing. And that keeps you motivated too, because you want to continue
Yeah.
to feel good. It's not like, oh, I don't want to gain weight. When it comes to something like that you've gotten away from, you definitely want to keep it. And your emotional state always, like, I feel so much better. Michelle said, bravo, love this advice, Dawn. Yes, thank you for your advice about our thoughts, because we have to, that really mean that resonated with me. Who's in control here? Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like you have to be in control. And Muriel said that she craves savory in the evening. Yeah, I think that once, now that you've been eating healthy and you've
Me too.
reset, I think your body might be wanting something that it might need. Like it might need a higher salt type food, like a cucumber or, something like that, or avocado. So I think it's okay to listen to your
Because
body
think
once you're
about
healthy.
it. 7 days, I didn't have any of that. So your body will talk to you. Okay, I need a little bit of something else now. For
Mhm.
7 days, my body didn't do that. So it was taking it in and loving it and saying, okay, this is good. Now, trust and believe, I'm not going to go completely the other way. I don't want to eat a bunch of cooked food. I want to stay as most raw as possible, and mostly fruit at that. So, yeah, I may eat, a dish of rice in the evening, but make no mistake, I'm going to be fasting throughout the day. And if I do get a craving to eat something, I'm only going to eat when I'm hungry. I'm going to have some grapes tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I may do a whole day of all grapes, a whole another 5 days of grapes. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So,
Now that
you
you've
know,
reset, you can do a better job of like listening to your body.
yeah,
I feel that too. Like I needed that
yeah.
so much to get out of my head with all the stuff that, I was craving. Hi, Diana. Thank you so much for joining. Diana said hello, just joined also from Phoenix. And Linda L,
Hi, Diana.
welcome. She said,
Linda L, where have you been? We
congrats.
missed you. Hi, honey.
She was in the aftermarket chat today. I saw her too, I believe, weren't you? I think it was you.
Wow.
Yeah, we missed you definitely. I was just asking about you. I was like, I haven't seen Linda in a while. And Diana, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Diana Varner, plant based, cool. If you have a channel, I'm gonna subscribe and check that out too.
Yeah, well, too.
Yeah, we were just talking about Dawn's journey and how like sometimes it's more about resetting our mind than just our body. Like we're resetting both when we do mono diet, especially if it's something that you've gone down a track of you're not feeling your best, or you're making bad choices, and you feel like you need to reset your body. And I'm so happy with all the positive changes that you've made, Dawn.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. And I appreciate I'm so glad that you and I are both on this journey together because we can help inspire each other instead of, hey, listen, I want to get some pizza. And then you're sitting there trying to be raw vegan and trying to be good. And it's just like, it's not that the cool thing is your discipline is such that even if I were to do that, you would stay because we've been through that before. You would stay steadfast, in your journey. It's
Mhm.
just like, if you all of a sudden wanted to eat a pizza or something, I wouldn't want it because I'm so far the other way now. So we help each other stay that way too. It helps when your partner is also in that journey with you.
Mhm.
So yeah, it keeps you from being tempted. So I'm
Definitely.
very
It's
lucky.
easier when you have support. That's why I always say to people, if you are new to this, get in because you don't have a lot of I'm gonna say normal people, people in your normal day-to-day life, your work life. There's only a percentage of people who are vegan right now. They will be. I have good faith that we're going to get there, but right now you might not know a lot of people, so it's important that you have that support because you're constantly hearing about meat and these foods and that standard American diet. If you have groups online and you have a lot of YouTube support communities that, I'm on a lot of live streams talking with people. And if you have somebody like that can almost mentor you, like my group, I'll link here in the description, Veganowledge. We've got, Muriel, Michelle, a lot of experienced people in there. We've got Angela, who's comes on the show from time to time, has been vegan for over, I think, 30 years. And Mariquita's been vegan for a long time. And so, like, there's so many people, Jeff Palmer, everybody's in there trying to help each other. Like, you can post questions. I was saying Jen is new to our group and she's doing great on that journey. And Muriel and Michelle are always posting inspirational things too, as long as me trying to post tips. So, um, Diana said, "Thank you. Yes, I'm documenting my journey. Just started a few months ago." Oh, that's a perfect thing. Like, document your journey too. Like
Yes.
when you get
Just like in trading, document, journal.
that helps motivate you too to be online and see all that support that you're, hopefully getting. So I'll definitely go to your page and I'll follow your journey too. I really appreciate you coming on to this channel too. And Linda said she had kidney stones. Oh no, 3 weeks
Oh,
pain. Um, uh, Theo just kind of scratched me. That's why I jumped like that. Slow mover stone and one large stone, hopefully on the mend and on the road to recovery. Wow, you will be in my thoughts and
I'm
prayers.
so sorry about that, Linda. Yeah, you'll be in my prayers, honey.
Oh, even and Diana said 3 months no alcohol. That is great. I have February will be 1 year of no alcohol for me, probably for the first time in my entire life. I've always
I'm
had,
so proud
even
of
on
her.
times I've been not on drinking, even by the holiday, like Thanksgiving would have been a time I would have had a glass of wine, and I'm like, I feel so good not doing that because I knew it wasn't good for my body, but congratulations, Diane. I am so proud of you. We just met,
I'm
but I'm
proud of you
proud of
too.
you.
I'm so proud of everybody in here. Farah, all of you guys, especially my sweet, lovely wife, because
I'm
I
proud of
I'm
you.
so
Thank
proud
you.
of you. I'm so proud of you with that. It's amazing, and you inspire me every day. So thank you for being you.
Thank you, Dawn. Truly inspire me. We could go back and forth like this for a while. We really act this way too. It's not even
Even off camera, this is us. Her
like,
family, it's like you guys are not a normal couple. People fight. Why don't you guys fight? You guys never fight. It's
we
like
have disagreements,
we'll
but
bicker and things like that. Like today, I ate the last two avocados. She's like, "Wow, I kind of wanted those."
that's the
I'm
biggest
like,
part.
"Oh,
It's the
sorry."
extent of our
I was just on the grape. She had them to herself. Now that I'm like eating savory, but we don't fight. It's just the way you see us is the way that we are.
yeah.
So we just match. She's my person. So of course we're not going to fight. But this helps that to have health be at the forefront of our lives. You know what I mean, and us inspire to do that. So if your mate's not a vegan, or if you're not a vegan yet and
We
your mate
haven't
is,
always
or
been on the
you know,
same page.
yeah, yeah, we have. But if this is something you guys are thinking about doing, if you're not already there, just take it one day at a time. That's all you have to do. And before you know it, you'll have put 2, 3, 4 years in. Life, body, mind, everything has changed. And don't forget, you need to start it up here because this controls everything. But don't let it control you, because you're not your mind. Your mind is just a place that stores thoughts, and you don't have to act on them. So you have a choice.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. And then I was saying earlier, I think you thought I said we always been on the same page, but we weren't always on the same page with diet. And there's a lot of times, even within this journey, that we haven't been. But you got to remember, you can't tell other people what to do. No one wants to be told what to do. We're
That's
adults. So,
right.
like, when I was vegan and when you weren't, it's like I would just do my thing and get excited about what I was eating and maybe mention or show you a video every now and then. But you kind of did it on your own. You're like, wait, I see what's going on with you. I think I'll do that. And then I was so proud of you when you went vegan, because it was like you made the decision and you were ready to do it. And I think everybody has to be on that journey. Thank you. Michelle said that's awesome. Diana said she loves this. Thank you for being here. And you definitely don't have to believe the crap your thoughts say, Michelle said. Um,
Mhm.
and Diana said, basically, I restarted. I've been trying for a few years, but then get off track. Well, it sounds like you are doing a great job. And Muriel said, same with Michelle and I with the melons today. Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's
every failure is a seed of success. So you got to go through those in order to get to the good stuff. You know, you learn from your failures, you learn from your mistakes. So yeah, just journal everything. That way you know.
and when you start to realize your body also, like, first your mind's going to want to shift you and tell you, like, I know when I eat unhealthy, it, like, your body then lets you know, and then that reward becomes, next time it's like, no, I don't want to feel like that. And that's the same with, like, different things like alcohol and things
I
you don't
don't ever want to feel like I did that day.
We're doing a concert too, guys. um We're probably going to go ahead and wrap up here in a few, though, because I know, Dawn, you were very kind to come on here so late, and we were just going to go. We always say we're going to do a few minutes, half hour, and we're on here for like an hour or longer, because I
It's
love
all
talking to
good.
you guys, and we
Me
love
too.
sharing this information. It's like we're passionate about it, but I know you have to get up very early and got a long day, and I do too. So we still have to eat our fruit meals or whatever we're going to eat. Um, Don, what is there any? I want to thank everyone. I feel very blessed to have all of you here. Thank you. I'm just going to run through here. I know Danny Hobbs was here earlier. Farah, thank you. Michelle and Muriel. And let's see, Linda, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you're on the mend, feeling better. And hopefully everything will be okay with you.
You'll
And
be in our prayers, Linda.
Michelle, and our new friend here, Diana, congratulations on your journey. You guys are all very inspiring. Danny said he doesn't miss the hangovers, right, Danny? Yes, I love that part. I was never like a big, like, where I was, at least I didn't know if I was. Maybe I was a professional at that point, or I was immune to it. But when I was young, I did not like that. And there were times, but most of it was just that evening wine that I was having that I didn't think was a big deal. You get stuck on those things and say, oh, you're supposed to have a glass of wine a day, it's healthy for you. No, it's really not. I think that's another marketing thing.
In moderation, in
In
moderation.
moderation, right? Well, I'm good without it, because I don't know that I was very good with that moderation. Oh, Farah said, thank you both. Have a good night. Enjoy your evening. Michelle said, have a fantastic
You
night.
too,
Love
Farah.
and hugs. And thank you all so much. I really appreciate everyone. And Diana, keep going. Muriel, keep going with your mono diet. And Michelle, Farah, thank you so much. I'm glad you got your grapes too. And
Yeah.
Diana, thank you. She gave us the thank you both with some hearts. So we'll be checking out your channel right after this.
Sweet.
All right, everyone.
Farah, please keep me posted. Keep us posted on how you're doing with that, with the grapes. If you
Yeah.
decided to go on a
And
grape fast or you just did it for a couple days, let us know.
or just eat more fruit, right? Whatever you decide to
That's
do, we're
it.
proud of you. Whatever we've inspired in you. Dawn's the one inspiring you over there, I know. So,
Everybody, have a great night. Peace and blessings.
Dawn, thank you for your inspiration and your journey, and letting us hear about your positive.
You're welcome.
All right. And you're positive what I was going to say. I don't even know. Positive everything. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good one, everybody. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you.